Hello wonderful people, this is James. Welcome to Self-Made Finance, where we teach you to be your own finance manager. In a layman's language, we give you the basic financial management skills that you need to take hold of your finances. Today we're talking about fixed deposit in Ghana. I know you've heard about fixed deposit, but what do you know about it? What are the features of fixed deposit investment? What do you need to do if you want to invest into fixed deposit? In this video, we'll give you these and more. Welcome back to Self-Made Finance, where we teach you to be your own finance manager. If you're new here, don't forget to subscribe to the channel, like the video, hit the notification bell so that anytime we drop a video, you can have it. If you're a returning subscriber, thank you so much for doing that. So we are going straight into what we're talking about today. Fixed deposit investment in Ghana. What is fixed deposit? So I would like to define what fixed deposit is before we go on to the features or the importance of investing into fixed deposit. So fixed deposit is an investment with a bank at a fixed interest rate for a fixed period of time. So there are two things that are notable here. The interest rate is fixed and the duration is fixed. So these are the things that I want you to know about fixed deposit. So let's go into the features of fixed deposit. I know that the definition alone will not make things very clear for you, but once we talk about the features, you understand it better. So we're going to talk about the features of a fixed deposit investment. The first thing I want to talk about is that it is an investment with a bank. Unlike T-bill, that is an investment with a government, fixed deposit is an investment with a bank. So you are giving your money to the bank for a period of time, and within that time, you're not going to touch it. So the bank has assurance that they can use that money for whatever they want to use it for, and they pay you something in return. So fixed deposit is an investment with a bank. The second thing that I want to tell you about fixed deposit is that it is for a fixed period of time. So the period can be a month, can be 3 months, can be 6 months, it can be a year or even 2 years, depending on the bank. So for a fixed period of time, and within that time, it's an agreement between you and the bank. So once you decide to touch it before that time, there's a penalty that you're going to pay. So the investment is for a fixed period of time. The next thing I want to talk about is that it's for a fixed interest rate. So once you decide that, or you agree that this is the interest rate that you're going to use for that investment, it will never change irrespective of what happens on the market. So for example, if the agreement is that the investment is going to go for 20% per annum, and then it is for a period of 3 months, within that 3 months, no matter what happens to interest rate on the market, nothing is going to change about your investment. So it is for a fixed interest rate. Next feature of fixed deposit or FD is that the rate is dependent on both the duration and then the amount involved. So the rate you get or the interest rate they give you is based on how long you are willing to invest the money and how much you invested. So usually the higher the amount, the higher the interest rate. Also, usually the higher the duration, the higher the interest rate, though it could change based on the market conditions, but usually that's the case. So the interest rate you get is based on the amount and then duration. One other thing is that you can negotiate for a better rate for yourself, if you have these things in mind, But if you don't know that you can negotiate, you can go there and then whatever rate they have, they can give you. But once you know that, you can negotiate based on these two things that I've told you, you can go to the bank and negotiate for a better rate for yourself. So that's the next thing I want to talk about. Another thing about fixed deposit is that you can have multiple fixed deposit accounts with the same bank, So you can, if you're saving towards different goals, so you can have a fixed deposit for an amount and then for a duration, and then you can have another one for an amount and a duration. And you can have multiple fixed deposits with the same bank. You don't have to be worried about that. You don't have to go to another bank. If you believe in that bank and you want to do that, you can have multiple fixed deposits with the same bank. Another thing worth noting is that it doesn't have any transaction fee. I haven't seen a fixed deposit investment or account that attract charges. There's no transaction fee for opening a fixed deposit account. That's one thing that I want you to also note. Another important thing that is very important to bring to your attention is that you can use your fixed deposit with a bank to access a loan. So use the fixed deposit as security or collateral to access a loan. For example, if you have 100,000 fixed deposit with a bank and then you've invested it for a period of maybe 1 year, and then something happens and then you need some money, you need about 50,000 to sort out something very quickly, you don't have to liquidate your investment. You can go to the bank and tell them to give you that money on loan and then use your fixed deposit with them as security or collateral for that. So I think that's some good news. So these are the things, the basic things that I want you to know about fixed deposit. Okay, so now I believe you know quite a bit about fixed deposit. If you want to go into fixed deposit, this is very simple. If you have an account with a bank, you just have to go there, you fill a form, and they can do it for you. So know that fixed deposit is an investment with a bank at a fixed interest rate for a fixed duration. This thing, you don't have to forget that. A fixed interest rate, a fixed duration, and it is an investment with a bank. Thank you so much for watching this episode of Self-Made Finance. God bless you.